everybody, it's Luke with Figure Me Out, and today we're going to be looking at Marvel's Vision, but not this one. We're going to be looking at the bootleg version. We're going to take a look at this, and while I do not condone bootleg materials, I can't endorse that. I can't recommend that you go and buy these things off eBay from China, but I do understand also that supply will meet demand, and that if the market calls for it, this Vision was a Toys R Us exclusive. Toys R Us is no longer in business, and here in the U.S. at least, and so you can't get that anymore. And the prices on the secondary market are ridiculous, and Vision is not available. I'm making excuses, but basically what I'm saying is I can't tell you that this is a legitimate product because it's not, and results are going to vary vastly. I'm just looking at this guy right here that I ordered from China, and we're going to take a look at him and see how he stacks up to the original. Taking a look at the box here, we've got the front. It says Captain America Civil War. We've got a little holographic sticker with the Marvel logo on it. On the top, it's got some Chinese letters and then the number 3. I'm guessing that means Avengers 3. Maybe that says Avengers. If you speak Chinese, let me know in the comments. There's the bottom of the box. Copyright 2016 Marvel. Somehow I doubt that's a legitimate copyright, but who knows. On the side, we've got Iron Man. On this side, it says New Arrival. Copyright 2016. New Arrival on this side too. And that's a picture of Cap there. And then on the back, we've got this crazy image of the the Civil War arc where they're all fighting each other. It's pretty cool little artwork, looks kind of neat up close. And then we've got these little numbering and letter system. This is all printed on that stickers. A little QR code down there. Don't know what that goes to. Again, I have no idea. I can't read any of this. If you can, let me know what it says down below. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and we're going to take him over to the light box. We'll get a closer look at this bootleg Vision. Taking a look in the light box here, first off we get a stand to put him on. We've got the Avengers Infinity War logo, which is funny because the box said Civil War, the stand says Infinity War. Not sure which, but it is kind of a neat stand. It also comes with the little grabby arm for him, and that's pretty good. It comes with the 3 different points to bend at, and then there is rotation at the top of this. Now this isn't the best stand in the world. It breaks pretty easily if you just kind of pull on it. You can actually snap it apart. These things aren't really going to hold any true weight to them, but they're serviceable. You can get them standing up, and they do help hold them into a position, which is kind of good. You can kind of get them in a flying pose if it's a straight up flying pose. And the other thing that's kind of neat is that the stand actually has 3 ports where you can plug that claw arm into. So kind of a not the worst accessory in the world there. Not terrible at all. Taking a look at the figure himself, and the cape came as a separate piece. It's a very stiff plastic. There's a little few spots of paint on the inside there, not really much on the outside, and it does just kind of plug into his back here. If we look at the back, and it just kind of clips in there. So taking a look at the figure, paint-wise, pretty clean actually. Pretty not terrible. Very pink, obviously. But yeah, the head looks, it's painted pretty well. If you look at the torso, there is a nice texturing going on. The sculpt's not horrible. And again, painted fairly well. Not a whole lot of paint going on. You got a lot of these muted colors. Definitely very pink on the skin tone, but other than that, looks pretty good. And with that cape off, yeah, the texture even continues onto the back. So back looks good. Legs, kind of a cool pattern there. I don't know if that's actually the Vision costume design, but looks pretty good, I think. Yeah, good texturing at the bottom of the feet. Got the boots, got some gold on the boots. That looks pretty good. Feet are a little wonky. Still, hands very pink. But, not the worst. No peg holes at the bottom, so that's kind of interesting. None of those there, and it almost looks like he's wearing like Vans or something with the way that these are. His feet look very kind of bulging and crooked, but other than that, not horrible, not horrible. We'll take him out of here, and we'll talk about articulation. Let's talk a moment about articulation. So this guy can look up, not very much. Can look down, not very much. You do get side to side, but when you do, it does actually rotate the head up in a weird position because he's got too much neck there. that the shoulders, they go out that much. They do a full rotation, and you do have an upper bicep swivel. You have a double jointed elbow, and we have wrists that are swiveled, but they do not hinge back and forth. At the top of the torso, there is one of those floating joints, so you can get forward, not very much. You can get back, not very much. And you can get side to side, not very much. There is no waist rotation. At the top of the thigh, you get a bit of a thigh swivel. If you look, it's one of those ball jointed pieces down there. So you get the slightest amount of swivel. He can kick forward this far, but he does kick outward when he does that. He can kick back, not that much. And again, you kind of get kicked out whenever you do that. And he can kick to the side that much. There is no upper thigh swivel. There is a double jointed knee that comes in that far. And then with these wonky foots, they go down, they go up. They do have a little bit of an ankle pivot to them, but it's because they're on a ball joint that you can see there. 3, 2, 1. For a size comparison, here he is next to the legitimate Marvel Legend that we've been comparing to this entire time, and he definitely has a little bit of size on him. He's about a head taller. For another size comparison, here he is next to the Marvel Legends Captain Britain, which is on the Hyperion body, and then Union Jack, which is on the Bucky Cap body. And you can see he scales pretty well with those. He's definitely on the taller side, but not as bulky as Hyperion. For a comparison across a few different lines, here he is next to the Mezco 112th Iron Man, the McFarlane Skull Trooper from Fortnite, and then the SH Figure Arts Tony Stark from Iron Man 2, 3, I think. And I think he's definitely on the bigger side of the 6-inch scale, almost pushing 7-inch if you look at him next to the Skull Trooper, because I think those are 7-inch scale, and he's kind of in that wheelhouse. So that's it. That's the bootleg, knockoff, whatever you want to call that, illegitimate Chinese version of the Vision action figure. And like I said, I can't condone that you buy this. I don't recommend that anybody buy this because you're, supporting something that's illegitimate. But at the same time, if you're at a con or something and you see one of these and it's doesn't look right, reference this video before you go out and buy them. I think with this one, it's pretty obvious. There's quite a bit of difference between the legit and the knockoff. But on some of these ones, I'm going to try and do a few more of these that aren't as easy to tell. So how do we tell if this is an illegitimate figure? Number one, the box is in Chinese. That's a dead giveaway. If the box is ever in Chinese, probably illegitimate. Second easiest way to tell if this is a bootleg, no abdominal crunch. There is no waist rotation, there's no ab crunch, no boot cut. So different articulation. We can see that there's different articulation. But the third and easiest way to tell that this is a bootleg is the colors. First off, the suit is gray. This is not the right color for the cape. And he's pink. He's very, very pink. This one should be fairly easy to spot out in the wild. These ugly feet, these crazy colors, and just the different articulation. This one's not even close to the original. Hit like, hit subscribe. Check me out over on Instagram at Luke_figuremeout at Instagram.com. And in the meantime, happy collecting.